Hello, this is Kevin from Conrad Bali, chatting to Renee on her fantastic channel about her recent stay here and the future of luxury travel.
So, Kevin, as you know, I've recently stayed in your beautiful property in Bali, and you're the general manager there, but I believe you started as an elevator trainee in this business. Tell us about that.
I did start in Hilton's management training program. I was lucky to join back way back and was one of the first groups that came through. But before that, in fact, just to give you some background, I'm a skier and I always wanted to work in a ski resort. And after having done one solid season in Whistler, I realized that beach life might be more my pace. So that's how I got here. Somebody said Bali, I said yes. Let's go.
You've been there for ages, right?
11 years now, lucky.
That's incredible. And look, many people are saying in the new world, the future of luxury travel, at least for the moment, is in Southeast Asia. Sitting in Bali, how do you see it?
I think that Southeast Asia is an excellent space. There's lots of opportunity, especially as we emerge over the past 2 years situation. The connectivity that exists between centers in Southeast Asia is amazing. The desire to travel, everybody's interested in understanding a little bit more about what's going in the surrounding countries. People are moving quickly from place to place, short trips, so on. And as borders or when restrictions drop, that connectivity is really excellent, and the desire to travel is certainly there.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you seeing are the changing demands of the new luxury traveler?
I think that as we see more people traveling, I would think it's about authenticity, and I don't know if it's a difference, but it's certainly heightened now. People are searching for an authentic experience, and Bali has that readily available. Particularly as we talk about the wellness experiences that people are searching for. The last 2 years have put incredible pressures on all of us in different ways. And that opportunity to sort of disconnect from the world that we've been living in and reconnect with ourselves in a different way, that's what people, I think, are looking for today. And that's available really in an authentic way here in Bali through the spirit of Bali, the culture of Bali, and the various experiences that you can enjoy. For example, the sound healing that we've been able to put forward to our guests, that's available here in Bali, that we put on a regular basis here in the Infinity Chapel, that really allow your chakras to release and for you to rebalance your inner soul, inner spirit, and then allow your body to heal itself.
Yeah, I was lucky enough, as you know, to experience that with you. One of the first people to experience it. Now, sound healing has been around for a long time, and those who don't know about it, this is an hour-long session where an incredible group of musicians play a variety of instruments, including a didgeridoo at one point, a shell, and you basically meditate. And as Kevin said, the vibrations are said to calm and heal the body. And this is all part of a whole sensory experience, I believe, that Conrad, that you developed when you were shut down with the staff.
Yeah, we kept going throughout the whole thing, Renee, and it was one of those things that we said, what are we going to do as we keep going? And even though the numbers of guests may have been down, we stayed very positive about what people will be looking for. And to answer this kind of question was in our minds. So the team went to work, hard at work, and came up with this experience so that guests really could get out and feel that wonderful vibration moment where their bodies are just put at peace, put at ease, and people are able to feel the excitement of being back in Bali and having that connection again.
Absolutely. And tell me, I also did the full moon experience, and tell me about the Balinese relationship with the full moon every 28 days.
The full moon, I mean, Bali's calendar is almost entirely based on the moon cycle, and it follows a different calendar than the Gregorian calendar. That moment where you're at the beach and enjoying that moonrise is something extremely special. And throughout the last 2 years, we would gather as a team every full moon and every dark moon at temple and pray together. And as that vibration was happening with the chanting and so on, that moment for us to connect, we thought was special for not just us, but as guests were coming by, we're saying, hey, can I participate? Can I be part of this? And then we started to build it into an experience where everybody could join. And today, as you're joining that experience, you're really seeing something special on that moment, because you're able to connect again with nature and around you, and to see just what's happening. You see the beautiful night sky on a dark moon, or on what's called a dark moon here, but a new moon, or the incredible shine of the moon as it comes across on a full moon. It's really special.
Yeah, a beautiful blessing involved, not to spoil it for everyone. And that open fire at the end, where you get rid of your negative energy or any negative energy in your aura and bring in the positive energy. That was the highlight for me. I just love that.
Thanks, Renee. And I wanted to keep some of those secrets, but it's a good thing to bring it out. I mean, a lot of us have some pent up negativity over the last 2 years that we want to release.
Right.
And just writing that little note down about what you want to get rid of and how you want to rid your mind and your soul of that, and you see it burning in the fire, it really is releasing, isn't it?
Oh, incredible. And look, the other activity that I really loved, I mean, to be honest, as you can hear, I genuinely just loved all of it, was making your own fragrance. And when you told me about that, I thought, oh, that sounds a little bit daggy. And it was quite to the contrary, because the company doing it are French. I speak French, and I was speaking French with a woman who runs it. And the fragrances are really high standard and quite out of this world. So tell us a bit about that.
The ability for people to reconnect to their bodies through vibrations is one thing, but that through the sense of smell is really something super compelling and super strong. It's one of the strongest senses that we have, that take us back to different places, right, in our minds and in our memories. As people have experiences with different smells and different scents at different times of their life, they connect with that in a very, very meaningful manner. So as you're taken through the experience of different smells and the different fragrances that are available, that really is something that means something to you, and to connect that through your mind and through your heart is extremely powerful. So when you do make up your own sense, it's probably not something by coincidence. It's probably something a little bit more meaningful than just saying, oh, I like that smell. It's understanding a little bit about why and what it means to you, and the different energies that it can release.
And you go through this questionnaire, which I really liked, about, whether you consider yourself, for example, to be passionate, romantic, energetic, quiet, a whole lot of things. So as you say, the resulting fragrance is a compilation of your very personality and essence. Indeed.
And it draws on experiences that you probably put away for a while. And to bring those back out is a very healing experience in itself.
And then there's the forest bathing, which is, of course, a Japanese concept that's been around for quite some years. I think the 80s, they really coined that term, where you really connect with the earth. And you're taking guests and doing that in the middle of Bali.
When you get, a lot of people know Bali to be beautiful beaches, the ocean, as well as temples and that kind of experience. But certainly there's an incredibly rich jungle and forest as you step out of the hotel even. And the mangroves are one area just around here. But once you get up into the middle of Bali at a bit of an elevation, the entire forest experience changes. The fauna changes, and to be able to go out into that space is something that not a lot of people do on a regular basis. And we're all busy in our daily lives. The opportunity to get out and connect again with nature is probably limited. And to be able to do that here in Bali, the smells are so powerful. Being able to go out and taste some of the elements that you're there as our guide takes you through there, those elements and those opportunities are extremely special, extremely impactful, and take you to a space that you're going to remember for quite some time.
I agree. And there's an overwhelming sense from everyone I'm speaking to on this series in wellness about nature. And everyone is saying the answer to everything, whether it's anxiety, general stress, even exhaustion, anything in that category, is to simply connect with nature, which is what you're suggesting. I mean, I feel like even when I come to Bali, just even the beach, I'm connecting with nature because I live in Jakarta in a big city.
I think when you get out of the airport in Bali and you smell the incense right away, it takes you to another space and you say, yes, I'm in Bali.
Totally agree. And another sensory experience you're offering is cooking. And what I really love about this is, I think you told me that if a guest is in the restaurant and they say, oh my goodness, I just love this traditional dish, whatever it is, you will then have a cooking class, like a bespoke cooking class indeed, for them to teach them how to make it.
Everybody's different, right, Renee? And everybody's got a sense of how much they've cooked in the past, or maybe some of the dishes that are their favorites. And if you look at, let's say, the ingredients available in Bali might not be so different than what's available in the rest of Southeast Asia, but they are the spice islands, right? And to be able to come here and to say, wait a minute, I use this at home, but it's actually from here. Maybe I only get it in a powdered dry form at home. Here I get the fresh ingredients, and to be able to peel turmeric and to be able to use it yourself and know that you're probably going to need a glove because it just gets all over you. This type of experience is so special. Again, like the forest bathing, it takes you to another place. When people are enjoying a meal created here by our team, the team is from here, right? We don't have anybody that's not from here. This is
home for them,
and except for me, right. But our culinary and food and beverage service teams are all from here. And, sometimes you take for granted what you have at home. But once they are engaging with our guests and being able to share that experience, the pride that comes out is so beautiful. And the story that comes from that is authentic. It's what people are looking for. And that when people are enjoying the food, it's almost like the Balinese culture to say, well, let me show you tomorrow. What time are you available? Would you like me to do that with you? So it goes from saying, on Mondays at 3:00 in the Bali, there's a cooking class, to what did you just enjoy? Maybe you'd like to see this tomorrow. Would you like me to show you how I created this dish, or maybe this dish plus another dish? And it really becomes something special for each guest.
It's beautiful. It's medicine for the body too, in a lot of ways, isn't it?
Yes, we are what we eat.
Yeah. But what I really love, Kevin, about your sensory experience is that it's not an overly demanding program. There are wellness facilities that people want, and they want to just eat, drink green juice and do yoga 17 times a day and all of that, which definitely have their place. But I think that Conrad Bali, your program, is for anyone of any age, and you can check in and check out to any of the activities we're talking about to really maximize or just dabble in, the elements of wellness that you have on offer, right?
How many times we reach out to guests and we ask them, what are your plans for your holiday? And many of them come back and say, we don't know. We'll let you know when we get there. And people aren't into it. Many people, some are, but many of our guests are not into a restricted program. For if they're coming for 4 days, maybe they want to know what they're going to eat tonight, but tomorrow they'll decide tonight, and so on, right? So this is, I think, our ability to adapt to their schedules, how they're feeling, how things are going. That ability of our team is what makes us special, and our team special, to be able to personalize the experience for our guests. And even though we are a bit of a larger resort, that's what makes Conrad special. You're at home, you're being taken care of by our team.
Yeah, absolutely. And just tell us a bit about the resort. The highlight for me really was just the view. It's paradise. You've got these 3 incredible buildings with beautiful rooms in them, overlooking these just beautiful, gorgeous gardens with swimming pools, and then the ocean. It's just, if all I did was just sit there and look at that ocean and sit in the gardens, that was enough. It's beautiful.
Am I making you jealous right now?
Yes.
It is. When you're sitting maybe in an apartment or in a house in a major city, or in a place that's a little bit drawn back from the ocean, you're able to sit here and look out at blue, look out at green, see the ocean like you can touch it right in front of you. Conrad is very narrow to the beach and very long to the beach. It's not set back from the beach. And while our ocean-facing rooms are, in fact, the ones that sit right on the end of the building and have a direct ocean view, many and most of our guest rooms, which right now in the resort side are fully renovated as of the end of 2019. they have a partial ocean view or certainly see the ocean very, very close by. And being able to, like you say, look out across the beautifully manicured gardens, reach your eyes a little bit further out to the ocean and see the waves crashing out there on the reef. It's completely serene and takes you to another space.
Oh, I totally agree. And sustainability has been a big driver of yours. I know you have just shifted to Byredo products in the showers in sort of single-use containers, which I'm sure we can show. Byredo being one of the most luxurious fragrance brands in the world right now. It's Parisian. So what other drives and what are you doing to focus on sustainability there?
Yes, Byredo, we are implementing as we speak the 450 ml large size containers that are decomposed within 2 years after use. And we think that guests are going to be really blown away by the scent and the fragrance that comes from this product, and knowing that they're going into every room is really special for us. The other elements I think that people might not know that we do on a very regular basis is about how we have been for many years already repurposing soap. So we take any of the bar soap, of course, that is partially used, and we're able to then reform it in a sanitary manner and then donate it to our local community that we work with on a regular basis. So it's quite circular in that sense. They produce the jamu for us in the morning. It goes onto our morning buffet, which is a local energy drink with basically turmeric and tamarind and a few other spices. They buy that, and then we donate back to them primarily the repurposed soap. Our cooking oil is sent to a place that repurposes it to another type of fuel. We donate our linens to mainly a group called Mountain Mamas that turns it into reusable bags. Lots of these activities that we do have been going on for some time, and we're looking to continue that and improve on that as we emerge, and as all of the partners are re-engaging into a more normal activity right now as we come out of the situation. It's what we need to do.
It is, and I think it's particularly relevant for Conrad Bali because of the size of the hotel. Can you just tell us, how big is the land? How many rooms are there? It's hard for people watching to get a grip on just how big this place is.
We're just about 370 rooms, suites, and villas total. We're on 7 hectares of land, stretched along 350 meters of beach front, overlooking the Indian Ocean, directly east as you watch both the sunrise and the moonrise. Spectacular location. The resort can host up to maybe 700-800 guests at one time. So that's a lot of food that's produced. That's a lot of consumables. So when we looked at this in the past, and we knew that this sustainability was one of our core elements, we moved already some years back away from plastics in the room. We've moved to reusable glass bottles with a local supplier, and we worked with them to tool up to what they needed to meet our expectation in terms of certifications. And they've been doing that already for some years. So we've eliminated that plastic from our operations already for some years. And then we've also done that across the board with straws and all of the rest of the consumables that you might have seen. So this is an old story, so I don't want to go on about it. But as you said, the amenities right now is now possible, and we're really thrilled about that as well. So
how many staff? How many staff did you say?
We're just about 350 staff right now.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot of people to be managing, and I love all of the sustainability, and I think that is absolutely what people want and what is needed, especially in a place like Bali, but all over the world. And I want you to explain your outfit. I've never interviewed someone on this podcast wearing a traditional Balinese outfit. You look fantastic, Kevin. I love that about you. You put yourself out there.
I can't get it up high enough, but I am in sarong today. Sarong
fantastic.
So it is Thursday. It is Balinese dress day across Bali here, and it's something that we take a lot of pride in and showcase to our guests.
Oh, wonderful. And what's the best thing about being a GM in Bali at the Conrad?
I would say the best thing for me about my role is that I'm able to, I guess, unlock the potential of our team. I see myself when I was doing my skiing and so on as a coach, and learning how to coach people to achieve what they wanted to achieve. And that hasn't changed for me in my role, whether I'm in Canada or in Bali. It's similar, and then it just comes down to adapting to what are the dreams and aspirations of our team are. For some it's to aspire to a particular title, others it's to have impact in our communities. I mean, one of our team members has now changed his role to sustainability and quality manager. So this is something that is passionate for him, and it matches up with what we're trying to do. So unlocking this type of potential is really what our role is about, my role is about, as well as our leaders. And that's the way we approach things. So that, and when you see it, it's like seeing your kids achieve what they want to achieve. You're so proud of them in the end, and because they're doing what they want to do. Yeah,
100%. And how often do you get back to Canada? I mean, when it's not a pandemic.
I try to do that at least once a year. And, for the last 3 years, it hasn't been possible. So I'm looking forward to doing that in a few months from now.
You always go when you can ski?
It's funny you say that. I go back in the summer.
Oh, no. You live in the summer permanently.
I haven't been skiing in a while. I went a few years ago, and I proved it to myself that muscle memory is a thing, however you want to say it. And I was able to get back on the boards, and they did what they were supposed to do. So I was relieved. But summer's a nicer time in Canada for me. I enjoy it more.
Interesting. And what would you say your biggest challenge is now as GM of Conrad Bali?
It's a good question. I think the opportunities are there now to really make some major moves forward when it comes to authenticity, sustainability, and really learning from the last 2 years in a meaningful way. I think that we can really know that we can do more with less, and that's not about maximizing and overstretching things. I think that we boiled down some of the things that we were doing in the past to what we know are the core elements, and then we know what we need to do on a consistent and detailed basis. So I think that that the challenge now is to react in a very efficient and rapid manner. And the challenge really is that I think that it's been referred to in a number of different articles and so on about the light switch effect. The people are expecting, okay, travel's on, everything's on, and you're good. Everything's full speed. And I think that people are realizing in a meaningful way through personal experience that it's not just like that anymore. That just to get on a plane like they used to isn't so easy. To get place to place and to look for what you're looking for isn't so easy. But for us to be really ahead of that and to offer really what people are expecting when they get here is our challenge. And I'm really thrilled that the team has taken that challenge on and turned it into the experience that you had when you were here just a little bit ago.
Absolutely. Well, I think a lot of people even expect more because they're having when they're traveling, they're having such a time with the airlines, whether they're delayed, they lose their luggage, they're transferred, we've all been through it already. So that when they arrive at a hotel, they want even more. It's like, you need to, appreciate what I've been through to get here kind of thing, right? And I mean, even this morning, I got an email from one of my readers saying, Renee, can you please write a story on the 10 things I need to be aware of before I get on an international flight because I'm really nervous. That's what's starting to happen. And I'm thinking, just don't be in a hurry. That's the main thing, because you probably won't get there when you think you will.
Give yourself some time. Give yourself some extra time.
No, 100%. And Australia's been like a very, historically a big supporter of Bali. Are they coming back? Do you think they will step up again?
Oh, absolutely. We have many Australian guests walking through the arrival area saying, we're back. I've been waiting for this moment. Australians, as well as many others from different parts of Southeast Asia, Europe, North America, that sense of we made it is very real. As soon as they arrive in the lobby, like you say, after you've been through airports, security checks, lineups, all of those things, and we feel for them because it's an incredibly complex process for everybody to adapt to get things back on. And we appreciate all the work that's being done through all of those different areas to get people to where they finally end up on. And the dream is to be at the hotel lobby and to move to their guest room and enjoy the facilities. Guests are coming from everywhere. They're coming from Australia, yes, but certainly from many parts of the world, and we're thrilled to have them all back.
Isn't that fantastic? Well, look, I just, can't recommend Bali more highly. I've always loved it, but I think it's even better than ever now. To me, the pandemic has cleared away literally a lot of rubbish, because people like the staff at your hotel have spent, many, many hours and days and weeks cleaning up the mangroves near the hotel, on the other side of the island, the beaches. So it really does feel very clean. The air is very clear. I don't think there's been a better time to visit Bali than right now.
Agreed. It's a beautiful space right now. A lot of areas have been refreshed. We've been part of some of that, like you said, and we're thrilled to be part of that. I mean, it's meaningful to see things improving. There's still a lot of work to be done. There's still a lot of things to do. Let's just put that out there and not say that we're done. But we've had a lot of people come back and saying how well that they feel the island is doing, and they're really thrilled to see everybody again and connect. I mean, a lot of guests have personal relationships with people from Bali that they keep in touch with when they're away, so that it's almost like coming back and seeing family again in many ways.
I think Indonesians are like that. They're such beautiful people.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So before we go, Kevin, where to from here for you?
My wife and I are recently open water certified divers. So
wow.
It's the new thing. It's one of those things through the pandemic we said we would do. And as we saw the end of the pandemic coming, we said, okay, we better start doing this now. We were certified, and now it's head to the east and discover all of the amazing places that are available in Indonesia for diving.
Fantastic. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. It's something that, as it's available right here off of the shores of Bali, Nusa Penida right in front. The northeast shore is available. We've done those. It's spectacular. Off of Lombok and Gili. Labuan Bajo would be next. It's a special place in the world. I mean, Canada might be known for skiing, right? But Indonesia, you're certainly known for diving.
And you're a hotel GM. And if you're like every other hotel GM in the world, you won't be there forever. So you need to enjoy it while you are.
Agreed.
Thank you so much for your time. And thanks again for hosting me. And I hope to see you soon, Kevin.
Renee, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe here and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for regular travel updates. You can also hear our episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.